Okay, guys, hi. It's Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. And sorry it took me a little while, but hopefully the reason that it was doing that is going to fix the problem with my phone going in and out, because you guys keep telling me that's what's going on, and I really think it's my phone. So gotta go get a new phone, but in the meantime, don't tell anybody. I am on my work phone and hoping that this is gonna be working out better. So, hi Flora, hopefully this is working and I can see what's going on and that this is gonna be a better day today. So welcome. It is Monday here at 1 o'clock in San Diego, and kind of overcast a little bit today with sun starting to come out. And I'm sure if you're not on the West Coast or not down in Southern California, you're thinking this sounds pretty good because it's about 65, 70, something like that, which of course to us feels, oh my God, this is cold. So I'm going to actually try something because this worked before with my phone. Nope, I'm upside down. Okay, so we won't do that. When I was practicing with this, it was letting me go sideways, but not today. So we are just going to go straight down and hope that this works. So what I wanted to do is just go over a couple things with you that's happening in the Stampin' Up! World. So the first thing is that I wanted you to see this new set that's coming out. If you are a demo, you can actually order this now. And this is called Butterfly Bouquet, and it is one big stamp set, and then these dies, let me show you over here, these dies cut out this one big stamp set. And the other cool thing is the dies cut out some of this paper. Now this paper, this stamp set and die bundle, of course, you know, if you get the bundle, you get 10% off. That's going to be in the new annual catalog that's coming in May, not June. Notice May. We're starting a little earlier this time. And anyway, but this paper is while supplies last for between now and May. I don't have it yet. It's probably coming later this afternoon. So it's this 6x6 butterfly paper, and then this, I think they're calling it natural birch paper. So I can't really, this looks kind of different, and I can't really tell you how that's going to look. But I've seen some posts online with some pictures, and this intrigues me how you can cut out this paper. And then, like I said, there's dies that cut out on the stamp set, but then there's also these dies that cut out like this, these kind of lacy overlays that looks really cool. So that's one thing that's happening these days. The other thing that's happening, as everybody knows, is Celebration. And hopefully you know this by now, but Celebration, this season is only going through end of February. Usually Celebration goes through March. I think it's the best time to join because they usually also offer great deals if you want to join now. And by joining, I mean become you know, part of the family, demo, etc. But you don't have to sell anything if you don't want to. You can just sell to yourself and get 20% off. And if you join during Celebration, you get that off through the end of July. Actually, this is my just a few days ago was my 5-year anniversary of being with Stampin' Up. I joined during Celebration because I just loved everything. And I just wanted to show you one of the really cool things you get this time around. You get 5 of these packages of paper that include the various color families. So you get a package that's just brights, a package just regals, and the only way you can get them right now is by joining. Otherwise, you'll pay $11.50 per each of these packets once the new catalog comes out. So that's cool. And then the other thing that's cool right now is if you want to do one of my classes, you have until today or tomorrow to let me know and Venmo me some money. I'm doing a class at home with the art gallery set. You definitely need the stamp set. You don't have to get the dies if you don't want to, but they are fun. They have these ones that the words fit into. This one that says, oh gosh, I can't even remember. Just want, oh gosh. Just want to say, and then it goes with all of these greetings. And then we're going to be making 4 cards, and I'm going to do just a little flash, and you can get just a little corner of what these cards are going to be. And you'll get everything to make all 4, plus you will get half a spool, 5 yards of this glorious gold ribbon, which if you look in the catalog, the mini catalog, isn't real impressive, but in person it's really nice. It makes beautiful bows and such. So let me know if you want to do this class, because I need to order you some supplies. And I think that's about it on the what's new. So as promised, we are going to be working with Hey Girlfriend stamp set. This is the card we're going to make with the cute little doggy if you're a cat person. There's also a cute little cat on here, some very cute little sayings. And first I wasn't sure I wanted to get this set, but then I decided they are pretty cute, and I've just had a lot of fun making these cards. We'll make this one, and then I'll show you some other ones that I've made. And the real exciting thing for today is we're going to do what's called paper piecing. I always want to say piercing, but it's piecing. And what that is, if you notice, her little skirt here is actually stamped on this paper, and then cut out. And this paper is from the Flowers and Fields DSP that you can get free if you order $50 worth of product during Celebration. So let's get started. So first thing is we're going to do some stamping, and because this stamp set is rubber, you do not need to have your mat underneath. Using Memento ink, because that's the best one when we're going to be using our blends. And you've noticed this is, what is it, an E block, a really huge block. I did notice that this does fit, if you want to do it this way, just barely on a D block. But she's just a little easier to work with if she's on one like this. And when I'm using a big block, I like to put the stamp face up like this, and that way I can really make sure I'm getting all inked up correctly. And I'm going to put her off to the side a little bit because I want to be able to get her dog in here. Beautiful. And then let's get her cute little dog. All right. And get him right next to her. Oh, he's a little darker than she is. That's okay. All right. Let that dry for just a second while we maybe we can get our card base together a little bit. So this is a regular, oh, I had all my little directions on here. Just a regular 8.5 by 5.5 card, scored at 4 1/4. Let's fold it in half and burnish it really well. And you know, I like to use a 3 3/4 by 5" on the inside. Maybe we'll put that little doggy on the inside too. Where'd my ink go? Just think that might be kind of cute. Just because he's so darn cute. So got my glue here. And we'll put him on the inside. And now that's ready to go, and we're ready to go. So then we'll do one more little stamp. And that's our, oh, that wasn't cut out very well. This is the kind of odd size, smallest stitched rectangle. I just thought it fit perfectly. And about the only time I put my words on, my sticky things on here is if the words, and then I will often just stamp it and see if it looks like it's straight, and it is not. Okay, so I tried to stamp that straight, so I'm gonna need to turn that up just a little bit on the edge, so we'll see if that can come out straight that way. That's pretty good. And that's why you have scratch paper, to make sure that your words and such are going to come out straight. Okay, so let's just do a little coloring, because I thought it would be fun too to show some shading and stuff. So I'm going to start with my pink, and oh, actually one more stamping thing. Trying to get all my stamping done, and that is my skirt, because remember my skirt was just a little piece of DSP. Now this is my, you know, when I'm cutting, usually I'm cutting 4 by 5 1/4. This is a little smaller pieces of DSP to use. So you have 1.5 inch little piece on the bottom, and that's all it is. So this is just another fun way to use up some DSP. And so I'm kind of trying to go for her skirt being on those little flowers. So I don't need a whole piece of DSP, and I actually don't need her completely inked up, because all I really care about are those little flowers there. So I'm going to ink her up, and I'm going to try to get, see how it goes out right here, those little flowers kind of right there. Perfect. Okay, can you see that? Because that's kind of important for our paper piecing. So what you do then is you just cut that out. And I like to cut just slightly inside or on the outline. And that way the outline on the page gets left there. Now, don't want to cut too far in. The other thing I found is I did a lot of these cards with various pieces of this same paper, and a lot of those have black backgrounds, and so it gets kind of hard to see your black lines. So when I was doing that, I was just basically, first of all, my hint is don't use a black background. Second of all, if you're going to, do it once or twice so you get familiar with how the stamp is on something that's not your black background, because by the time I got to the black ones, I had already made a few of these using something like this, a lighter color, because once you can't really see it, it gets way harder to do that. So that is her skirt, and you just want to glue it. The back's pretty cute too. You could make another cute little outfit with that. Try to make sure you get a little glue all the way into the edges. And then you want to just glue it on here. There you go. I turn the light on over here and see if that helps or just makes too many shadows. I think that helps a little bit. Okay, now we can start. So because this is kind of all small areas, I'm going to color with the little pointy end and not the brush end. And the hardest thing's going to be inside that little heart. And remember, with your blends, you kind of want to go up to the edge, but not over the edge. I'm not going to try to do any shading just because this is such a small area here. I also kind of decided I wasn't going to even color her skin in, although, you know, you could, depending on who your recipient is. And the only place I wanted to do a little shading was her bows. So this is dark Flirty Flamingo, again, just using the colors. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to take my lighter Flirty Flamingo. And again, working in little circles so you can just blend it out a little bit. And it's just a little darker in the middle. All right, and then I decided my little girl was going to have kind of brown and yellow highlighted hair. So this is dark So Saffron. And I kind of just decided she was a little stripy and did every other one in the yellow and every other one in kind of a, oops, light crumb cake. Maybe she has some darker roots up here. And then for my little, oh, she needs some lipstick. I almost forgot her lipstick. Little Flirty Flamingo lipsticks. And then for my little doggy, he's in dark and light crumb cake. So I got his legs a little darker around the edges. And then took my, I guess I could probably use the brush end here. And again, just tried to blend that in so we have a little shading around the edges. Gonna give him, he's wearing a little heart. I don't know if you can see that very well, but his little heart's gonna be in Flirty Flamingo too. And I'm gonna do him dark crumb cake and dark around the edges too, and then we'll just blend the rest of him in. In a light crumb cake. And now he has a little depth. And then I wanted to just take my light smoky slate, and they just seemed like they were floating a little bit, so I decided they were gonna kind of have a little shadow to stand on, sort of. And same with her, just a little. Just so they didn't look like they were floating in air. And then I want to add just a little Winka Stella to her bow. And because I don't want to see, oops, see how it blobbed out there? I don't know if you can see that really well. but I don't like blobs on here, so I'm glad I did that on the side because it wasn't coming out. And then you can just, you know, pick it up over here and use it that way. So let's pick her up so you can see that she's a little sparkly. Another thing, yeah, I'm not going to do that on her. I'll show you on the other one. So let's put this together. We got a lot of little layers on here. While we let that little wink of Stella dry there. So this DSP is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, and the black is just 1/8 of an inch bigger at 5 1/4 by 4. Love using the glue because you can, you know, move it around a little bit and make sure it's together right. Now, these ones are just, this is Flirty Flamingo. Again, just picking up the colors, you know, that's in the DSP. This Flirty Flamingo is kind of a little bit of an odd shape just because it worked well. This is a from the Stitch So Sweetly die set. So the Flirty Flamingo is 3 7/8 by just 1/16 inch shorter than 2 3/4. So that's 2 11/16. But I just went to the 2 3/4. So the 2 3/4, and then added 1/16, which is 1 tick mark. And the black, this black one here is 4 by 3 3/4 plus one of those 16ths. So I know that's kind of weird, but that's what seemed to work best to me. And you'll see once I get this on here what I mean. Because I did want more of the Flirty Flamingo to show around, and the black just to be like 1/8 of an inch bigger. Okay. All right, so then let's put some dimensionals all over the back. We'll get her on up here. And then this little guy is going to just hang off the edge, and you can see it's going to be touching here, so I don't want any dimensionals up in this corner. See how I kind of hold it so I can remember which corner I didn't want dimensionals on. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right up in the corner because it's going to sit actually on the card right there. And just barely cover the edge a little bit. So that's our card with our cute little doggy, and I suppose we could color him in on the inside too. And I just want to show you some of the other ones that I made using the exact same stamp set and the same paper. So this one I paper pieced her whole dress. This is what I was talking about with the black background, making it a little bit harder to do. Same thing with this one. I just when I did the stamp on the skirt, I stamped it in these little flowers there. And this is Pool Party and Pool Party paper. And then I used my my daisy punch because I was trying to match these little punches there. Really like the way that turned out. And then again, that paper that I just showed you that you get free when you're joining, this is a piece of that. And see how much easier it would be to cut that out with our little girl like that. So that's all my little girls for the day. Had just so much fun playing, with my my Hey Girlfriend stamp set. So I just got today. I'm gonna turn you back up here and talk for a minute. Hi Stacy. Hi Megan. Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to show you. Which stamp did I do it on? I'll just hold it up so I don't make you seasick again. If you look really closely at this girl, look at her body. All around the girl, I just put a line of Pool Party, light Pool Party blend, and it just makes her stand out a little bit more. And if it's too, you gotta let it dry first because it will dry lighter. And if it's too dark, you can take your color lifter and lift a little bit off too. So that's another kind of grounding technique with when you're doing your people. Anyway, I was going to say next week, I think I'm probably going to use the Well Suited set because I just got that in the mail and just started playing with it. It's a lot of little pieces, but it makes them really, really